Hey beautiful humans, welcome back to the Sassy Chats. I am Bethany, aka VXSassy2 on the old Instagram-a-rooney. And if you're new here, honeys, then buckle up because you're in for a ride. Yes, you are, because we don't do small talk. We dive in deep. We open up conversations that usually just get whispered about behind closed doors. Today's episode is about having a beard. It's all about my facial hair. This is one of those conversations that might make you feel uncomfortable. It might make you think. It will definitely make you feel less alone in this messy, magical world that we live in. So grab a cup of tea, get comfy, and enjoy the ride, because we're hearing about having a beard and wanting to hide. It was Halloween last week, and I celebrated the occasion by going to watch a friend of mine in a play. As I headed to the theatre, I saw a group of young children herded by their parents up and down the front steps of people's doors, overexcited on sugar and yet asking for more. Choruses of trick or treat rang out from the streets, and I joyfully joined in, shouting back, "Happy Halloween!" I love an excuse for mundane normalities to be flipped on their head. I love it when the routine is shaken up, when there's reasons to eat chocolate at 9 a.m. and shout words of joy to strangers. I love the ease of conversation on these days and the way people's walls come down ever so slightly. We go from avoiding one another's eyes or giving a huff or a puff at the pace of someone's walking to just being friendly and jolly and playful. As I turned the corner of the street leading to the theatre, my eyes lit up with the show of more pumpkins, more families in fancy dress outfits, and I gave a broad smile thinking about how much fun festivities are. Until I saw a large group of teenage boys walking down the street towards me, holding a box of eggs. I instantly felt my body language change. My shoulders hunched forward, my forehead creased, and my smile disappeared from my lips. I could tell they were hyping each other up to throw an egg at the bus and threatening one another with the crack of a shell. And as we got closer, I felt myself become the ideal victim of a raw egg. My beard is constant cause for unfiltered speculation from teenage boys. They are the only group of people who I cross the road to avoid because boy, oh boy, do they love to shout and point and laugh in large groups at anything they choose. My face, legs and stomach seem to be prime time entertainment for such lads. And so my default was to start crossing the road, but there was no other side to cross to. Only the pavement we were on kept me safe from the cars driving by. And so I did something I wish I didn't feel the need to do. I wrapped my chin in a scarf, I dropped my face even lower, and I wove my way between these loud teenage bodies until I was past them safely. This egg-free moment sparked something in me, a sad sense of self-awareness. For the past weekend, I found myself consciously remembering I have a beard while looking into the faces of strangers and folks who are far away from my kinky queer circle of friends. The darting eyes from my face to my chin reminds me I'm abnormal. Their assumption I've stuck on my beard as a costume makes me have to bluntly explain my hair is naturally attached to my face. And though being egg-free was a small win, my face feels like a big loss right now. I have to remember on these days that I still have a choice. I have a choice to buy into all the options my algorithm is trying to sell me as a form of facial hair removal. I have a choice to trim, to shave or wax my hairs. I have a choice to get rid of it, and that choice will no doubt make my life a little bit easier. But I don't want to. I don't want to ever hate myself for how I look, and I never want to change how I am just to appease others. So if you're listening to this because you're also a hairy babe and wanting to feel more confident about yourself, then this one is specifically for you, honeys, because this tiny reality of AFAB people having hair is not reason for a full-blown drama. It's not reason for endless sadness or pain, but boy, can it be a hell of a ride to try and navigate. And until people get on board with the idea that you can be hairy and femme, there's always going to be those days when keeping your hair may feel a little bit harder. And so I'm going to end it on that note today, my darlings. If this resonated with you, if you felt seen, if you feel called out, if you feel less alone, then you need to check out my newsletter, which is where this essay came from. It's just the beginning, what you heard. Every week on Substack, I share a raw, unfiltered story with visuals that bring these experiences to life. Self-portraits, often completely nude, intimate moments, the full vulnerability that you just can't get anywhere else because I don't share it anywhere else. The link is in the description, and trust me, you want to see what's inside. If you are loving these conversations, please hit subscribe on YouTube, follow along on Spotify, and share amongst your friends who you know could do with hearing this. The more we talk about this stuff, the less power shame has over us. I just want you to remember that. Tomorrow, we're diving into my hairy ass, body hair truths, and you're not going to want to miss it. So until then, stay sassy, my love. Stay sassy.